Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Well, boys and ghouls, welcome back to Frankenstein Control. We had another hiatus there. We've been having a lot of those lately, but how have you all been doing?
I've been doing okay. I'm living La Vida Loca. Living La Vida Locusts. There have been many bugs.
There's 7 plagues of them.
7 whole plagues of bugs.
From what I understand.
There was at least 8 plagues of them. It was pretty gorgeous.
We've been getting it at my house, too, and somehow mosquitoes been getting in and biting the absolute shit out of my legs pretty much all night, I guess, because I can't figure out when they're getting me. I can't. And I tried to cover myself from head to foot, and they bit me between my fingers. So I've been dealing with that. How you been, Ada?
I've been all right. I've been trying to not be on my phone constantly.
It's hard.
I realize it's making me stupid.
Oh.
Every day.
I thought hanging out with us was doing that.
That's a good kind of stupid.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't want to, when everything makes you stupid, you should try eliminating at least some, voluntarily weeding out some of the causes.
Yes, I'm doing a stupidity detox right now. I'm on a stupid cleanse.
A stupidity detox.
It's just like old Buck Strickland said. He says, Ms. Liz threw me out. She could handle my drinking and my extramarital affairs and my gambling, but not all at once and on her birthday. I've been every day for the past what feels like 400 weeks. I've gotten up and said, I'm going to spend less time on my phone this week, less time on all of the apps that make me so angry and helpless. And then I proceed to just stare at only those for 8 hours every single day with no change in sight. So let me know how that goes for you.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing it for like a week. I basically just came to the realization that so much of what I was looking at wasn't actually like scratching any of the itch that I like look at that stuff for.
Yeah.
Like none of it's really all that funny.
Yeah.
None of it's like any like inspirational or like art that I want to be looking at. It's just,
or you find like one gem and 20 awful things.
It's just this constant stream of stuff, and it's not worth it. It's not worth the massive amount of time that I've been putting into that.
And I'm always like, many of these are things I would pay not to know. I've been doing about the same old. We've been trying to get our house ready for the impossible fact that I'm somehow going to have a daughter in 2 months.
Yeah.
That's very weird to think about.
She's coming. She's on her way.
She will wreak a costly vengeance when she gets here. In line with that, we've been doing a few things. Visited Maryland to visit my dear papa for Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Had a good time doing that, except for the fact that, that weekend and the weekend before, I couldn't see two other friends because of COVID scares, and I do not have good enough PTO to risk an exposure. So that sucked, but it was great seeing my dad. My dad is, I'm really, really, really proud of my father, considering that he's a boomer, and so many of us are less than fortunate with our parents these days in regards to generational political divides and all that shit. But my dad is like, he's really like, he's done the work, he's done the research, he really impressed me and made me proud with all of his grasp and nuance of all of these important social issues. He's pretty much one for one on all of them, and I'm really proud of him.
And yet still he comes up to you and goes, B-Rod, that Bill Maher is very funny.
No, he doesn't. He hates Bill Maher. As a matter of fact, we talked about him. Lissa mentioned something he said, and Dad's like, oh, he's a fucking loser now. He's such an asshole. He's like, I can't even watch him anymore. And I used to watch Bill Maher a lot because he had good guests on, and I wanted those people's opinions about what was going on in our country. But now that he doesn't have a certain orange man as a lightning rod, and he has to make up jokes on his own.
Turn inward, yeah.
It's just revealed what a out-of-touch douche he is.
For those unacquainted, Bill Maher is the host of Bill Maher, the Alligator Gar.
Yes.
It's a weird show about a fish man who spews outdated bullshit about the younger generations and whatnot.
We're going to listen to an ancient crocodile talk about how much he hates Instagram influencers and how he doesn't understand what a Visco girl is.
I mean, it should... I think it is only fair, though. I should say I also hate Instagram influencers, so...
Of course you do. We all do. My dear sweet papa, whom I love very much, and whom I would not have any nice things without, he's up to date on the issues. He just needs some help with the wording, because we were out to dinner, and for Father's Day. This is on, I believe, Saturday night, and we were having a great time. And we were talking. He was attempting to make a very well-intentioned remark about how Juneteenth. This is in Maryland. I think this is like the first Juneteenth, like the first recognized Juneteenth. Yeah. And it just happened to coincide on Father's Day. And my dad was trying to make a very well-intentioned remark about how Juneteenth deserves its own thing, and it was unfortunate that it fell on a day that was, it had to be conflated with another holiday, and, it deserves its own thing and its own recognizance, and it sucks that it fell on...
I know where this is going.
And he chose to voice this by loudly in a restaurant saying, "I think all the black people got ripped off."
Well, I mean, yeah.
And I was like...
Historically speaking,
that's very true at several points in our national history, but please don't say that very loudly in a crowded restaurant. and because people...
I don't know, man. Dude, maybe some of the black people turned around and was like, yeah. Yeah, dude.
They probably did.
Know.
If you only heard part of that conversation with no context, I'm like, oh, God. Very true, though. They certainly did. With that issue and many others. Not so funny. But we had a great time, and I love my dad. And another thing we've been doing before our daughter gets here is we've been
screaming a lot, just running around screaming in a blind panic.
That I've definitely been doing that.
Howling at the moon like a crazy person.
I've definitely been doing that.
I already did that.
That's true.
Nothing new.
I have that scheduled for tonight.
Joining. That's the different part.
Yes.
That's just fun couple activity.
No, but we've been watching movies that I remembered watching a lot when I was a kid, and I've just been exploring them again.
Did you watch The Halloween Tree?
Did not watch The Halloween Tree.
Oh.
But I will watch that in time for our Halloween episode this year.
Oh, that's good.
Which my daughter will be here for.
Oh my God.
She's gonna be here for all the holidays.
Yeah, all the hollandaise.
It's fun. No, we were watching movies that I remembered watching when I was a wee one and rediscovering them. And one such film was the great Milo and Otis, which we watched on Disney+.
Is that the one with the dog and the cat?
It is the one with the dog and the cat and the very cute British man who narrates everything and ascribes intent to the actions of all the animals. That's what he does. And we turned it on, and like 3 seconds in, the names are all in Japanese. And I was like, fucking of course it was Japanese. Everything my entire life that I've ever loved has been made by the Japanese. Why would this be any different?
Milo Otis Densetsu.
Exactly. And I was like, of course it was made by the... Who else but the Japanese would make a cute puppy and kitten movie where they did a bunch of...
Most people, I'm sure.
I know, but this one, I guess...
Homeward Bound.
We did. We had 3 Homeward Bounds.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of them. I grew up in a daycare center, and we had all of the sequels.
That's right.
The endless sequels of all movies to watch. So I saw...
had Return of Jafar on VHS.
Hell yes, we did. We watched that shit constantly. I love them winged horses on the bandits.
That's the only reason that you and I... Well, it's the only reason you know that Abismal was a character at all.
Yeah, I remember Abismal.
Yeah, I do too. Ada doesn't.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you remember it because you lived in a daycare. I remember it because I have... bleep it out. Autism.
Oh.
Yeah, all of them.
You do.
Yeah,
right?
I mean...
It's ADD is basically the same thing, I think they've been finding.
I told you
It's
about
like the same spectrum.
we talked yesterday about my ADHD diagnosis when I was young.
Well, I forget what we said.
How the doctor came into the room and he just smacked me across the face and says, "ADHD's nuts!" And then skateboarded out of the fucking office with a backwards ball cap and shutter shades.
Yeah.
Did an ollie and beefed it,
Yeah, he
and
did
had to
an
run away on foot.
As Shelby said, that would do numbers on Tumblr.
The OR. Yeah, he goes to the OR, which is the Ollie realm.
Oh my God! Stop ollieing!
Wow!
So Milo Otis.
Yeah, Milo Otis, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, just as I once I became aware that it was Japanese, so many other things about the movie made perfect sense. Just the way the storytelling approach is very similar. I was like, oh, of course, that makes so much sense. And then we watched the movie, and I was like, a lot of these scenes look really dangerous. I'm a bit concerned they couldn't have filmed this ethically. And I was like, and Lissa's like, yeah, I was getting that sense too. And I was like, I'm afraid to Google it because I'm afraid of what I'm going to find.
You're afraid to find the fucking...
The beloved childhood movie that I watched literally every week when I was a kid.
You're going to find the fucking pile of discarded Otises.
Yeah. They went through 40 Otises. They just could not swim. Turns out pugs drown really easily.
Oh, God.
Some of them just drown by looking up, like that turkey urban legend. No, they...
Yeah, dude, fucking pugs don't need a liquid to drown. They just fucking suffocate all on their own.
Flesh.
They could just drown by default.
They're adorable little sins against God.
Yeah,
they are.
I like, we've said this before, surely, out of 8,000 episodes that we've had, but I'll say it again. Pugs are fine. People who breed pugs are animal abusers.
Yeah.
You are bringing something which will only know pain into existence, which I am doing by having a child post-2020, but...
Fair enough.
I am also an atrocity committer.
At least she has a chance. She's not going to be drowning in her own skin.
Yes, hopefully not.
Birth.
You don't know that.
I don't.
She'd come out and have a jello mold for a noggin, dude. He fucked up.
So... A lot of the stuff I found when I looked up Milo Otis was there's a huge section of its Wikipedia article dedicated to investigations of animal abuse.
Oh.
The long story short, nothing was ever proven.
Never convicted.
Many people were expressed concerns that the film could not have been shot ethically because of several sequences where Otis has to fight a bear and they slap each other around, and animals can't really... I don't think animals... I believe animals have emotions. I just think they can't fake them on cue the way a person can because they lack the ability for abstract thought in that capacity. So if you want to film animals fighting, you kind of have to make them fight.
Yeah.
They're not going to...
Especially with a bear.
And it was like either of these animals, especially the bear, could have really badly hurt that dog. And I'm sure it was very distressing for everyone involved, the bear and the dog.
Dude, it's a fucking bear, man. It picked that pig up and chowed down on him like Saturn eating his son. It looked like a Goya painting. It was fucked.
Goya paintings are fucked.
Oh no! It has a bear.
Did you get a license for that thing?
No.
Yeah.
Don't let
the
people
bear has
know
a
about
license to kill.
Bears don't need a license.
Oh, wait, to kill Ada specifically.
Yeah, so there's another part where Milo, the kitty, jumps off a cliff into the ocean. Yeah, they straight up threw a cat off that cliff.
Oh no!
And they straight up threw a cat and filmed him falling. And it's not it's a survivable distance. It just was probably very stressful to be thrown off a cliff. I hope it was a survivable distance because one of the rumors about the movie was that 20 cats died. I really hope that's not true.
It is a pile of Milos.
I really, really hope that wasn't true.
V-Ray, you started this bit. Be like, I want to talk about Milo and Otis. I'm thinking, oh boy, I can't wait to hear about this.
What did you expect?
I don't know what I expected. Can't wait to hear about this fun childhood movie about cute animals doing cute stuff. Woo, pew, pew, pew. And now you're telling me that 20 cats died. This movie is bathed in blood.
I will say that in defense of Milo Otis, the people who were doing the investigations, the language barrier was a consistent issue with and the fact that it was an international film and all that shit. That threw some difficulties in there, but people noted that there were several reputable Japanese humane societies who either oversaw or had their names on the film. And people are like, these people are generally regarded as pretty reputable. They probably would not have their name on something that was horrible. So that is the best that is said in defense of Milo Otis.
Okay.
Or they pulled an Activision and the investigation was done by the party accused of the wrongdoing.
And the problem is over.
Turns out nothing bad happened, trust us.
Yes, exactly.
Activision!
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't mean to bring down the room. Didn't mean to bring down the room for the 20 dead cat story. Sorry, y'all.
But much of the movie was just as I remembered it, and it was cute. If you can just,
Barring throwing kittens off cliffs.
Yeah, barring all the dead pet corpses.
Barring firing a cat out of a trebuchet into the Grand Canyon.
If you could just try to not think about that part, it's a good time.
Fucking live action Happy Tree Friends.
It really, that's pretty close to the truth there.
Oh God.
No, I
hated Happy Tree Friends.
I did too. I watched it because everyone else did, and I felt like it was one of the. There are many things in our culture, by which I mean, the weirdos who watch stuff online, and our culture.
Yeah.
There are many things in our culture that
I was a teenager with.
I was a teenage robot
with almost unrestricted internet access in 2005.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And lots of things on Newgrounds I watched and later was like, you know what? I didn't really care for that, or you know what? I have no desire to revisit that, or the what's his name? Foamy the squirrel is that way.
Yeah,
there's that, and then Happy Tree Friends definitely.
Yeah.
Happy Tree Friends was almost all that kind of humor that made me stop watching Robot Chicken, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Robot Chicken stopped because Seth Green was too busy buying bored apes.
Oh my God! So that
and then having them stolen, and then it being ransomed, and him buying it back like an absolute schmuck legend.
Did that happen?
Yes.
Did that happen? Is the show back on?
The show is back on.
Yeah. It's really funny.
I heard from somebody that watched it that it seems like it's trying to be the Midnight Gospel.
Yeah.
By having like podcast style improv audio.
Jerry rigged over that, right?
Yeah, from people trying to like be deep or philosophical. But it's all from idiots that would buy an NFT. So why the fuck would you ever want to listen to them?
Exactly. Oh God, that is so funny. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Seth Green got an NFT and of a stupid one of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs of the stupid hideous.
Wait, to confirm, is it a Bored Ape?
It's called Bored Ape.
I just used Bored Ape as a catch-all.
No,
it sounds more derogatory than
it's Bored Ape
NFT.
Yacht Club.
Yeah.
But
like everybody knows the Bored Apes and everybody hates the Bored Apes.
Yeah.
So to call all NFTs Bored Apes is funny.
It looks like rejected Damian Hewlett art for like a Gorillaz album cover he nixed in like 2003.
Have they taken JPEGs of it? Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay, it is a Bored Ape.
Yeah, it's a Bored Ape.
It's really stupid. So Seth Green got this stupid NFT, and he wanted to do an animated show starring the NFT, and then the NFT got stolen in a phishing scam, which is hilarious, and he couldn't do the show, which he was all but greenlit to do, and then he had to, so it got ransomed back to him, basically, and he bought it back.
So wait, according to this according to all these goof asses, these NFT clowns who get so bent out of shape when you go online and go, I took a screenshot of your NFT, lol, and they're like, it doesn't work that way. You're big stupid and obtuse. Blah, 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 blah.
I've already set it as my phone background. Give me $2,000.
So by virtue of that defense, why the fuck couldn't he just go out and make the stupid show?
Because
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
He could just draw a JPEG of his fucking monkey and then do it over and over, and he's got a cartoon. He doesn't ever worry about it.
if it
Yeah,
made sense
I
and
These
was
motherfuckers are the stupidest assholes on the planet. They're so fucking dumb.
it is really stupid.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't really know how copyright law intersects with however NFTs work.
I think that was the crux of the issue.
Yeah, because you don't, like,
Because-
you get an NFT, you don't really technically own the character as much as you own, like, a place in a list that says you own a thing. So like,
what you're telling me is this is basically like buying a star.
yeah, yeah,
Which you will
basically.
never be able to possess. It's
Yeah.
Yes, it's this thing that you don't actually own.
Yeah.
Not only because you don't actually own it, because it's not a thing on Earth that you can hold or gain benefits from, but also by virtue that it's billions of miles away.
Well, unlike a star, by virtue of being something created by a person, somebody does own the drawing and the character, the original artist.
But see, here's the thing: all of those are like, all of these stupid ass apes are like, they're not drawn. They're built based on an algorithm that builds random monkeys, that builds these random apes using a
formulaic
an existing bank of assets, and mixes them together with an algorithm.
Right.
That's like saying that you put that you had a dress-up doll in your house.
Well, the point is somebody still made the assets.
Okay.
So
why
guess
isn't Bored Ape Incorporated the one who...
Exactly. Like, that's who would, I guess he would have to go to get any copyright stuff. Mm-hmm. I assume.
So why didn't he just go to them?
But maybe...
Because the motherfucker clearly stole the NFT.
Exactly. Like,
and tried to ransom back to him. Like, what? Couldn't he just say, hey, everybody, my NFT was stolen? It's on the blockchain. You can see it. Because that's what it's for. That's what the blockchain was for, that you could track these transactions. I don't understand.
Yeah,
You're applying
it really
common
doesn't
sense to a
make any
dumb thing. That's why their arguments fall apart so fast.
Everyone's so stupid. Attention, NFTers. Stop being so stupid.
I think it's a lot of the issue we all run into where it's like, I don't get NFTs. And like, no, you get them. It's just really fucking stupid, and so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Why anyone would spend thousands of dollars.
What my assumption is that in buying an NFT, you also buy the legal copyright rights to it. And your proof of ownership is stored within the blockchain. So if he doesn't have ownership of the blockchain version of it, then he doesn't have copyright ownership.
And whoever did could sue him for making the show, I guess.
That's my assumption.
All right.
Or
I don't want to dip any
That's
further
the only
into
thing
this.
that makes any sense.
Yeah.
As to why
I'm sorry
things
I
will play
brought
out
all
that
of us
way.
into this horrid conversation.
It was you're laughing? Pepe Milf Hunter 69 got his 420 fart coins
Stolen and you're laughing?
and you're laughing? Lost his $200,000 life savings on his booby butt 420 fart coin.
I'm so glad all this is crashing, and hopefully in like 6 months or so, it'll all just be gone.
It won't be.
forever.
It's only going to
It
get...
won't be. Maybe the NFTs will. Maybe.
Okay. You know what?
I don't think like Bitcoin is going anywhere. Just
No,
because
no, of
it's
course
been
not.
around for so long.
No,
Yeah.
that shit's going to be... to
Crypto's
the moon.
different. That's different.
I don't think NFTs are going anywhere. Personally, I don't think NFTs are going anywhere. They're only going to get... Okay, so here's the thing. I'm sure a lot of people who are like, yo, this Herbalife thing is a total scam. There's no way it'll be around by next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast forward to today, it still exists.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's just going to be this thing where it's going to be a thing that exists forever,
Yeah.
but everybody will know it's a scam except the dumbest, stupidest, most idiotic people.
Yeah.
And then that gives you free reign, just like people who fall for the Herbalife shit, people who fall for the Sensi shit, people who fall for all that MLA shit. You can laugh at them and go, and because all fucking things in society constantly point to, hey, these are scams, don't do it.
Yeah.
And they don't even
it.
do their due diligence to like look around for a second
Yeah.
and go, huh. And instead, It's a great fucking example of hubris, too. All of these MLA scams are excellent indicators that the person who is fucking up has a hubris problem.
Yeah.
Because they go,
I'll be different.
Yeah,
I'll
everybody
be able
else
to
is
sell.
a stupid fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this
Not
pyramid
me.
scheme, I'm gonna be the top of the pyramid scheme. And you go, no, you're not.
Y'all laughed at me. Y'all laughed at me, but who's laughing now?
Who's
me.
laughing now?
Me, Seth Green. I'm laughing.
We're laughing, Seth.
Going back to the thing about buying stars, how would you feel if, like, the alien invasion?
You're gonna buy a star and name it 420 Butt Beetlejuice or something, aren't you?
No. How would you guys feel if, like, the alien invasion apocalypse happened, and it was because in the invading alien race, like, the alien equivalent of some schmuck named Jared bought our planet as a distant image, and, like, came to collect
Oh my God.
to prove that he owned.
Holy shit. That's a good premise for like a comedy, a sci-fi comedy.
Yeah, it'd be funnier than the NFT show.
Well, I don't know. I don't think anything could be funnier than a show that's just a joke. It's not the jokes in the show that's funny. It's the fact that it exists. That's where the comedy really happens.
I do kind of want to watch an episode just out of morbid curiosity.
I know.
But, like, I know
Turn
I'm
on
just,
the VPN.
Exactly. I'm just going to be cringing the whole time. And, like, I don't want to subject myself to that.
You're gonna be like Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Oh, shit! I'm good. I love that gif. My favorite is the version that, where, like, it doesn't loop all the way. Or rather, it doesn't end, so he's just like, oh, shit! Oh, shit! He's never okay.
I tried to explain that skit to my girlfriend.
Yeah, you can't... Did you show it to her?
No.
Okay, show it to her.
I tried to explain it
can't
and realized
explain-
how hard to explain that skit is.
You can't explain Celery Man.
Celery Man is the weirdest shit. To the
Now, Tane I can get into.
Tate I could get into. Like, I tried to explain that, and she's like, I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, and I don't even think I'm doing a bad job.
It's just incomprehensible.
It's funny, though.
I'm not aware of the Celery Man of which you speak.
You've never seen that?
No. What?
It's a skit from Tim and Eric.
With Paul Rudd?
Wait.
With Paul Rudd.
Show
okay.
me nude Tane.
So I probably did see it, but like 16 years ago and have no memory of it.
Basically, the skit is he walks into, like, this hyper advanced computer room. Like, do you remember in X-Men where they had the
Cerebro.
Yeah.
Cerebro. It's,
Yeah.
it's that, but it's blue, and it's just like a normal ass desktop computer. And he goes and sits at that, and he's like talking to the computer. He's like, "Do you have any dances for me?" And he's like, "Yes, I have Celery Man," and like it just pops up a window of like Paul Rudd in a goofy costume dancing, and he's like, "Okay, can we get a hat wobble? Can we get like a side to side?" And like he changes as he does it. And then the computer's like, I've been working on something new for you. It's called Tane. He's like, now Tane I can get into.
Yeah, it's fucking... Look it up. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's just, all you had to say was Tim and Eric, and I'd be like, oh yeah, okay. Incomprehensible nonsense, but that also somehow makes sense when you watch it.
Yeah.
It's...
But he has to see nude Tane, and that's when he's like, oh shit! I'm good.
It's funny. That whole bit is stupid as hell. It's great.
The whole show is stupid as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Rudd's a good man for going along with a lot of that shit. I like Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Who was I talking about with that show where, like, progressive, like, these two old guys are just being pals or whatever and talking about solutions to their problems, and one of the solutions to their problem, each one of the solutions involves pulling out all your teeth.
Yeah. Like the brooch. It's like a brooch for men. And there's another service to get rid of the, like, if you tan and you wear sunglasses, you get like the white around your eyes. Mm-hmm. It's to tan that area specifically. Mm-hmm. And they all involve like these horrible like gyroscopic processes, and you need to have your teeth removed for safety. There's always a bit where the one guy that hasn't had the service yet is like, but John, you got such nice pearly whites, and he like spits his teeth out like they're dentures.
Where people are willing to solve a comparatively minor problem, people are willing to submit to like horribly invasive, destructive.
Basically, just torture.
Yeah,
what is outlined in these skits.
Oh, Tim and Eric.
Awesome show, great job. Yes, well, now you all know what to look up or not look up, depending on if this sounded funny to you or not.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could all be of comedic service to all of you once again. Sorry for all these hiatuses. Go fuck yourself. Buy our NFT. Goodbye.
Great job.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.